Hi, this is Julio from AnythingNet, and I wanted to introduce you to what we are documenting and a living document. For any new clients or any prospective clients, this is what you can expect with your web and mobile application project. Now, this is a short video of what we will handle, which is a client induction into your project. As you can understand, software and web applications can be tricky. So what we try to do is try to stay on track with everything that we are expected to deliver and what is expected from yourself, so we can have a favorable outcome for all parties. So this document is a Word document right now. As I said, it's a living document, so as we go along we'll add more and more. So the contents of this are quite profound, quite important, very important. So we'll just go page by page. So definitions of what is expected in your app, so you know, and we don't confuse you, such as app, it's an app, self-contained program. So it goes into definitions, capability statement, what AnythingNet can do. We'll keep going. Project management, definitions of a project, such as time, cost, scope. That's all there. Truth about perfect projects. What happens when people expect or clients expect 100% completion, and sometimes it's out of our control. We'll explain what happens there. The agile methodology, this is basically a given in software, and the iterations and the speed of software, the way it's developed so fast that we need to stay on track with the market demand and what you demand, and as fast as possible. So we explain what the agile methodology is all about. Stages of a project, this is what everyone wants to know and understand. So let's quickly touch base on that. So brainstorm and wireframe. Brainstorms are usually introductory phone calls or meetings that we have with prospects, and then we discuss. We basically discuss the idea: is it feasible? What needs to be done? And if we can help, we deliver we send you a proposal or a document to explain how we will build this application. Stage one, which is when you've actually gone ahead and say, yep, this is feasible, we can start off with the stage one, which is the wireframe. So what that is a screen by screen description of every page or a screen of what your application will entail. Stage two is a project scope, so this is a bit more profound. So part of the wireframe is the project scope. So we know what to build on a screen by screen basis, but we also need to know the time, cost, resources of a scope, and this is what we build. This is what we work towards. Design. So the wireframe, a lot of people feel that the wireframe is unnecessary, but it's a user interface flow. It's not final design files. It's basically what happens when we click a button, what happens when we enter some information, what's the input output of a project. So the design stage is the user interface. This is very, very important for programmers, the designers, and everyone else involved, such as the stakeholders, on what to expect, what the app will look and feel like. Coding, of course, we get stuck into the coding straight away. Prototype, you get a chance to see your app in action. Execution, so with the prototype, this is a very important testing phase. So you can see the app, you can click before it's launched to the public. Stage 6 is the execution, which means deployment onto your account on our servers. The reason we develop on our servers is because we know the environment, we know what to expect, as opposed to unknown environments, such as we work on a LAMP stack, which means Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. That stack is something that we know day in, day out. Anything outside of this, we'll add project creep, which means the project gets blown out. We don't know if someone decides to upload to our own account, then the problem could be the scripts on the server could be different. Let's just say a HostGator or GoDaddy or even Melbourne IT, whatever it is. We do not know what is in that environment. So this is why we deploy in our environment. We know it very well. We back it. It's a part of our warranty. We guarantee that environment will work. If not, we'll fix it. We'll work until it's fixed. Touched on warranty. Yep. If I didn't touch on live, well, basically that involves uploading to iTunes and Google Play as well. Stage 9 analytics. Every project which can be measured is can be improved. So this is a crucial part of any project. Analytics and reports. This is very important. Stage 10, which is support. This is one of the most important things of all projects and entrepreneurs, is the ongoing support of the team. And you can consider AnythingNet to be your outsourced development team that is on just a phone call away, an email away. We're not far. We're very close. This is what we're in business for, supporting our clients, their ideas. This is what we do day in, day out. Checking your progress, checking your project's progress is very simple. We have a support portal where you can just see on the top right-hand corner of our website, you'll be able to see the click support, client support, and off you go. So there's some training as well. You are expected to know how to use the client support training, client support portal. So we'll train you how to do that. Scope changes. A lot of people have great ideas along the way, and that's fine. We treat this as a scope change. To avoid the first timeline, we have to hit our timeline. That's very important. We have to fulfill the criteria there. New features, we encourage new features. However, we have to manage the process because it is essentially throwing a spanner in the works, and it does affect things. It does affect the cost. It does affect the resources, skills on hand, the budget, and it does affect a lot of things. So we have to discuss this before we implement anything. Versions. So any new feature is a version. So for example, could be version 1.01, depending on the impact or significance of that little update or significant update. So we can relabel version 1 to version 2, but just as a general rule of thumb, all versions which are launched as a first version is version 1. Simple as that. Anything before that is a 0.11 or 0.12, whatever it is, but we always work on a version control of 1. Okay, resource fees. So we have a resource fees chart in the document you'll receive once you're a client. But basically, what this is it outlines the cost of things. So as you can understand, someone entering data is not as highly trained as someone who delivers a solution to a web, a mobile, and another application. So there's a rate chart right there, resource fees, compatibility, resolutions, and other variables. So we talk about mobile application compatibility on Android, Apple. Okay, browser compatibility. We don't work on all platforms, such as of this writing, Internet Explorer has been announced that it may not be supported by Microsoft. Not too sure what's happening there, but as a general rule of thumb, we do have to test on certain platforms, and so we know what you're looking at your end, and we know what we're testing on our end. Testing, user acceptance testing, functional testing as well. Do things work? When you click a button, is it doing what you expect it to do? Simple as that. Deployment. So deployment is on iTunes and Google Play with apps, and web development is on our client's desired location, usually a domain name hosted in our environment. But you can always migrate away. If you feel like you're really adamant about hosting your files on your server, that's fine, not a problem. We'll have to discuss this. But as mentioned before, we want to work on our environment so we know what to do. It's just the way it is here at AnythingNet. Responsibilities, it talks about what each other is responsible for, such as communication in clear, concise, professional manner, and what AnythingNet is allocated to do. ongoing support, your key to success. This is very, very important. So the 14-day warranty, how it works, mandatory support. We do expect you to have support of some kind, and the most basic one is just your basic month-to-month support, so we know what to do every day. If in case you call, in case a ticket comes in, we know how to handle your request. So we load you up on our support portal, we train you, and it's as simple as that. Communication, still working on that. Communicating changes and bugs. So when you send us any changes, we do expect a screenshot and comments of what you expect. You can print things out and you can handwrite things, not a problem. You can annotate images, as long as we have a screenshot or something like a graphic here. This is a graphic of an icon and some comments just on a Word document. It's fine, not a problem. But phone calls is very hard to document. We rather not, but rather an email support, because email support ticket, so we can pass it on to the right staff. Your files, you're expected to send us content. Well, if you cannot do that, that's fine. We can create content for you, but 9 times out of 10, the client is expected to create their own content, manage their content to a certain point, and you can send us a link to your Google Drive. We prefer Google Drive or Dropbox. You can create a Dropbox link free of charge, upload your files, and send us a link. That is it for now, but as I mentioned, this document is a living document. It will grow and change undoubtedly as software and things change in our industry. But from Julio here at AnythingNet, thank you very much for watching.